Cleveland Browns. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now Dobbins again on second down. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. He finds his man complete. That's Herrera. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Browns had 10 and 3 on the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here this way.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. 1st down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Now Watson going to sneak it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Well, when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Jackson now off the bootleg. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's exactly what you're looking for, the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. It could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that. Guess they're fired out. It's a big game. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
They're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Wide open, Amari Cooper. Touchdown! Amari Cooper, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as they have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 92 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
Oh, nice move. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
But for almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. He'll get it inside the 20.
So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Ravens have retaken the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing again is Watson.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Off of play action, it's Watson. Steps away to his left.
Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Open man here. Schwartz complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On second and goal, Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10.
The Ravens take over the first down at their own 23-yard line.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
To throw again on second down. Watson, he's going to float this over the middle, deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for Cleveland. 49 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 75. And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by York is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Play action. It's Jackson.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Jackson rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now it's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Looking to throw. And that will be incomplete. He has been nearly impossible to throw on all year long. If it was me, I'd say he can go ahead and book that trip to the NFL Awards show in February. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, I think. What do you think?
I would agree with you, and the reason why, because he takes the ball away, because he gets to the football. The only way a defensive back ever wins this award is because they have a number of interceptions, takeaways, knockdowns, all of that. Add it all together, he's created a lot of big plays.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives. And Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On 2nd and 9, Watson.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does. And now you give your team more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So the false
false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken from just outside the 30. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown, that field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he stopped immediately there.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 46-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. 76 yards rushing now for Chubb and a first down as well.
That's another Browns first down.
A run for Nick Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know, in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
He'll get it inside the 20.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jackson to throw.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big targeted tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense going, anticipating what's up next.
Throwing, Jackson. Got his man, it's Woods. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I...
And this is going to be intercepted. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Takes it at the 7.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Likely.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
13.
One more time with Dobbins.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. But I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, third and goal.
Now Jackson going to run.
And this is going to be incomplete. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Tucker's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Browns, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.